Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's investor matching, which we're doing for a change in English. So I've got Rita from 3XP Global, Iberian Impact Fund, here with me. And just before we sort of jump into it, to give those of you that haven't been or joined us on one of these sessions previously, we do this every 2 weeks, more or less, sometimes over Christmas and summer with not quite such high rate of frequency. But we do this more or less during the year, every 2 weeks. And what we do is we bring in 4 startups, normally 4 startups that we have from our portfolio, and 1 startup that we've analysed. We've reached the last stages of analysis, and we think is a project that's well worth promoting. It doesn't necessarily mean, I can see Gerard here in the backstage, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to invest, but it does mean that we do think it's a decent project. As you all know, there are multiple reasons for, unfortunately, for not investing, and they're not necessarily related to how good or not a particular project is. So that said, in terms of Eoniq, we're an early stage fund focused on startups theoretically from Southern Europe, really. When I say that, Malta, Portugal, and Spain, not the eastern side of the Mediterranean, but in effect, almost all the investments we do are in Spain, because that's where we have access to most deal flow, and we invest at early stages. These days, because of the situation in the market more than anything, normally with a fairly decent degree of traction, but at an early stage. That's probably self-explanatory. If not, you can ask a question at some point and we'll answer. And with a capacity to support with follow-on up to about 500,000, and with the intent of supporting the startup on a daily basis in any way, shape or form that we can. And obviously these events are part of it. Now, with that said, Rita, I leave it to you to introduce yourself, and then I'll bring on the first startup.
Yes, sure. Tom, thank you so much for the invitation. I'm really glad to be here, and I'll be really brief. So long story short, 3XP Global is a venture capital firm, a Portuguese one. We created the company in 2018, and we operate in 3 verticals: health and life sciences, where we are managing nowadays 2 funds. Then responsible AI. AI is inevitable, as you know, and we wanted to perform it and to do it in a really ethical way. And so we are launching this month our first funds in this vertical, within this vertical. And then the impact investments vertical that I'm leading, and we are managing what we believe to be the first Iberian Impact Fund. What does this mean? We want to invest both in Portugal and in Spain, so in companies operating in these 2 markets, or in companies that want to expand to Portugal and Spain. We have been getting to know some companies worldwide that want to come to Portugal or to Spain, and we will help them do this. We are agnostic in terms of the impact fund, that the one that matters for this event. We are agnostic in terms of sectors. But we have been knowing lots of companies in some specific verticals, as education, circular economy, agriculture, and so we will invest in this for sure. But we are agnostic in terms of sectors, but really strict in terms of impact measurement. We believe that this can and should be measured, and so we follow really strict KPIs, and we are really strict in this and rigorous in this matters. In terms of the
No, I was just going to say, and as I understand it, you actually help the startups develop those KPIs, because that's often a difficult point.
Because we feel that we don't want to be when we talk about impact investments, that's my personal point of view, but there are some impact companies that don't know that there are impact companies, and we want to help regular companies to develop their impact and to be more certain of what they have to do. And as we have internally the right, we believe the right team to do this. We have, for example, a guy, Miguel J. Martins, that works with us. He worked for 20 years in Washington in the IFC, in the World Bank. And he has been helping hundreds and hundreds of companies to develop this sustainability and impact KPIs. And so, yes, we believe it's possible, and we want to contribute in a systemic way in these matters. And then we are 14 people nowadays, and we have offices in Lisbon and in Barcelona. And we really want to leverage the synergies between our two countries, because we feel that we should do that. And so let's see how this goes.
I couldn't agree more. A little anecdote there, personal one. That obviously I'm English, and I've been connected to Spain for a long time now. And in my first job in Spain, I was dealing a lot with Portugal. And I'd speak, you'd come across some Portuguese that didn't speak English occasionally. And so I'd use Spanish. And then I'd go back, and I'd do a trip over to Lisbon or whatever, and I'd come back to the office, and then, you'd sort of distribute the work internally. And the Spaniards would never understand the Portuguese speaking in Spanish. And I go, but how's this possible? If I'm speaking in Spanish to them, and we can and it's just this mental block, I think, that sometimes people have.
That's a huge question I have, because we understand, Portuguese people understand Spanish, or lots of us do, but Spanish people have lots of difficulties understanding Portuguese. We have to train this,
It's a mental block. It's a mental block, I can assure you, because it's not. The Portuguese is a lot more similar to Spanish than it is to English, and I can understand. If you speak slowly, you can understand it. But anyway, with that, thank you very much, Rita, for the explanation of what you're doing. Great work. I think the tracking of the KPIs is incredibly important. It is, all of the startups you can see this morning are very much sustainable, and 4 of them, as I say, we invest in. And I'd know it'd be interesting for them to tell you how much they actually track those KPIs, because I don't think it's not something that we need, because we're not an impact fund. We obviously invest often in a lot of impact startups, because they're macro trends that exist in the market, but we don't require those KPIs. But I think if that's your mission, and as you'll see from these people, it is their mission, then I think that's an important point. And being able to help them find which KPIs make sense, I think is a very good one, and how to track them. But and then you could even go into the macro trend of eventually there'll be a carbon tax, and so you're preparing yourself for the future anyway. But anyway, with all this, I'll jump in. The first one's Nina Woof. I think you'll. So we've got Andrea and Pedro connected here, and I put on their screen, and I'm going to disappear off, and I'm going to come back in 4 minutes and cut you off, and then you got 5 minutes for questions. Okay, guys? So all yours. Pedro, Andrea, go for it.
Hey, how are you?
Thank you. Hi.
Hi, Rita. Nice to meet you.
Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you.
Good. Thank you. I know we have a little brief time, so we'll go quite quickly. I apologize for that, but hopefully you can save some time for your questions. And I'm going to be presenting, but any of the questions, either Andrea or myself, will be happy to address them. Okay? So
just let me tell you this. No, and this is just a touch base, because we'll then continue the talking for sure, okay?
Appreciate it. So we'll use our time wisely then. So let us introduce you to Nina Woof. We are a premium and ethical dog accessory brand. And basically, we started as an e-commerce first, where we're looking to venture to new geographies and new channels. But before we go into those details, let me just tell you a little bit of what's our purpose. Our purpose is very simple. We spoil dogs in a stylish and conscious way. That's how we see our brand and how we position ourselves. How do we do that? We create products that are sustainable right from the beginning. across our supply chains, we look for sustainable practices, and we do a lot of tracking and a lot of the design of the product and choosing the right materials to really achieve these. But not only that, we also do it in a very stylish and a very like fashion-forward way. We want to make sure that the product, it's very luxurious and has this amazing experience for our dog parents. So that's what we do as a brand, and that's our purpose. We actually have an extremely large category. It's $120 billion category. This is just in the US, and 70% of the households do have pets with them. And it's a category that's extremely online driven. So a lot of the purchases are done online. And on top of that, not only a many billion-dollar category, it's also growing steadily 6% CAGR, which is amazing in this size of the category. Okay, I'm going to jump a little bit through the slide so we can cover most of it. So, but I have to have a summary. Just to give you a little more here, the amount of people spend on a home, it's around $66 in just supplies and gifts. Of course, pets do have food and healthcare needs, but just in supplies, that's $66 a month, which it's an amazing amount that we can participate in. Okay. Millennials are the ones who are driving, as most of our categories, but this is a very millennial category. They're having less kids, more pets. They love subscription models, which is great for brands like ours, where you can engage them and sell them. And they also are looking for very personalized and authentic experiences, right? So this is something that we as a brand, we work right from the beginning to deliver. But here's our main consumer insight. We're not talking to pet owners, we're talking to pet parents. And once you understand that, it completely changed the way you approach the category. It's the way you deliver your products, the way you communicate your brand, the way you engage with consumers is completely different because their needs are completely different. And they're looking for getting more involved in the way they shop. They're looking to get more interest in how their pets enjoy whatever they're purchasing for them. So it's a very emotional category and very involved once you understand that these are pet parents and they treat their pets as their kids. And that opens a completely different ball game. And this allows us to, of course, less price sensitivity. There's price sensitivity. There's high involvement in the shopping, a lot of browsing, but also the loyalty goes through the roof because once people find a brand that really matches their values and their expectations for their pets, this is when they like really stay loyal to this brand, to the brand. Sorry. So as a summary in terms of the category, large category, low price elasticity in pet parents because of their loyalty. Pets are becoming a huge part of the family. And of course, that comes with the involvement and shopping within this category. And the good thing is we haven't found, oh, I think we lost Rita.
It looks like we might have done. In any case, we just reached the 4 minutes. So
I'm here, but I'm here.
I'll leave you for that. I'll leave you 5 minutes for the question.
I'll go quite quickly. Sorry, so we'll just go through this and then we'll go through questions. Basically, we're about to hit our 300,000 this year, and well, we already hit the 300,000. We're going beyond at the end of the year. We launched already 8 different product categories, and we have many items from occasional buys like colors to very, let's say, consumables. And we have done pretty well in terms of our ratings, and our acquisition cost has been going down. We're being able to improve also our conversion rates, and we have a growing community that is doing highly involved with our brand. Sorry, we rushed.
Do you have any questions?
No.
Would be happy to answer them.
No, yes, of course. I'm a dogs person, so this I'm a dog parent, so this really resonates with me, and I love the idea. Just 2 quick questions because we don't have that much time. How come did you get to this idea at the first stage? How did it occur to you to create this company?
Okay, well, I think it was sort of like a mixture between our 2 backgrounds. I'm a fashion designer. I'm a pet parent as well, and I'm a vegan. And I was sort of like expanding into the sustainable luxury fashion world. And Pedro comes from like a completely different background. He used to work for like a really big consumer goods company. And we sort of like saw this opportunity in the pet industry that was growing like really, really fast, but there was no brand that was like sustainable but fashionable as well. And so we decided to venture here.
Okay, and just a tough question, but I have to make it. In this time, because this is luxury also, right? You consider your company as a luxury brand to pets, to dogs, right? And how is that?
Because our products are premium looking, but still price points are pretty accessible.
But don't you feel that, meaning, are this what your products are all essential? Meaning, would you have to produce them, or is it? Is this essential for dogs, for their well-being, for their happiness, for their?
Some of our products are. So one of them, the occasion base, is basically collars, leashes, and things where you use to walk your product. But then we also have our grooming line, which is shampoos, which are coming out. We have wipes, we have poop bags, which are daily use for any pet parent. So we do have that combination of occasion-based products and really products that are just normal day-to-day products for any pet parent to take care of their dogs.
Okay. And in terms of impact, what are your KPIs?
So we do carbon offset. So we do track our, we partner with a company to do that carbon offset. We also, and I think this is the one you positive, not only offsetting, but.
Yeah, so since the beginning, we wanted to like reduce our impact, or at least have a better impact. And then at one point we were like, it makes no sense just like improve our impact. We actually want to have a good one. So what we've been working on in the past few months is actually like, how can we have a better impact in the world? So for example, the last few products that we've launched, they have been completely biodegradable and plant-based. And we are working on a sustainability strategy to actually be like a regenerative brand and impact brand, not just like a neutral and offsetting brand, if that makes sense.
Okay. And in terms of distribution, it's e-commerce, right? Only for now.
So e-commerce, we do our own website and Amazon, and geography, or let's say most of our sales come from the US market. So we do have a good presence there, and we're expanding, as you were saying, to Europe. We're starting with UK, Spain, and Germany, which those are our main, let's say, European markets.
And we do have presence in small retailers around the world. We have presence in Japan, Dubai, Mexico, the US, Canada, and the UK. That's
great. Okay, great to know. As I was saying, this is just the first approach and the first contact. If you want, and if you agree, we should talk again. Of course, we'll schedule that.
We'll love to. Thank you.
And congrats on the project, because it's a really high demanding. You have lots of competitors, and so really well. Congrats.
And
Thank you so much.
They're doing really well, and it's a great talking. We were talking about earlier about sort of internationalization in the general form, weren't we? Well, it's great to see two Mexicans working in Madrid selling in the US.
It's amazing.
Just that shows you that they really have a view that the world is global. So so great. Thanks, guys. I'll bring you off, and I'll bring on Enzo. So here we go. So there we go. Enzo, you should maybe put it full screen. You can't see.
I mean, is it full screen now? I mean, it is on my side. Let me double check. Yes, on my side it is.
Okay, here it isn't. You can see the. Don't know what you've.
Is okay? Should I go?
Yeah, I mean, you can see it, but it could be larger. That's all. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. I'll disappear off in and be back in 4 minutes.
Okay, great. Thank you, Tom.
No worries.
So hi, Rita. Good morning.
Hi, Enzo. Good morning.
So these guys that you see here are Enrique Asuncion and Edward Castañeda. They are the co-founder of Wallbox, one of the few companies in Spain that was created from scratch, take it to become a global leader. And they took it to IPO in the New York Stock Exchange in 2021. And they are the ones that lead our round, our current funded round. The reason why is our powerful mission and traction, the perfect timing that we are coming to the market to become also, and our ambitious team to make HOMYHUB the next one in becoming a leader in their category. The market that we're targeting is basically there are 125 million automatic garages in Europe, including more than 9 million that are in Spain. So basically there are garages everywhere. And our mission with them is to unlock the full potential of garages to make them a valuable space in people's lives. So let me tell you how our perfect founding team made by a hacker, a hipster, and a hustler is making this a reality. So as a first step, what we tackle is the problem, issues, and limitations of people that leads with a garage remote. So problems like that you don't know if the door has been left open, or unauthorized copies of the remotes, leading to probably to thefts inside garages. There are other things to carry. The cost of replacement of this is an average of 50 euros, right? So for those people on the first stage, to solve this problem, we have created a business which is a smart garage remote, right? This business enables an opportunity for HOMYHUB of more than 400 million in recurring revenue out of this first stage of our business. For this, it's a universal solution for single family, multifamily, or even a small commercial garages. Then we make all this in a high profitable way, making up to 88% in margins, and a CAC activity ratio even higher than 8 in that ratio. But we didn't stop there. As a second step, we figured out that there are other society issues like how to avoid fatal deliveries, how to boost electric vehicle adoption, or even how to make autonomous vehicle a reality if we don't digitalize what locks them in, which is the garage, right? So we figured out that we are the solution to all these problems. So in that second stage of our business, what we enable is we are acting as a tech enabler with a marketplace of new generation services, which expands our opportunity of 100 million by connecting all the industries to the garage. This is the reason why we have won more than 15 national and international awards, actually an extra one that we won last week in Lisbon, from CTT, the national company of Correios in Portugal. And this is the reason why the press calls us the Apple of garages. One of these services where we are enabling is for users in single family homes to avoid to wait at home for the packages or deal with the fatal deliveries by turning the garage into mailbox, simultaneously helping the last mile logistic industries with all the problem that it represents not only in operations, but cost, and even more importantly, in the environmental impact that it has. This is the reason why people like Seur from the DPD Group and GeoPost declare that we enable them not only to create new businesses, but also to reduce the CO2 footprint in this process. To take this fast into the market, we have a B2C and B2B2C approach, and which is the B2B2C is thanks to our NGS partners and all the ubiquity that they have. As a team, we have done many things from which we can highlight. On the first stage, which is a digital smart garage remote phase of our business, we have surpassed now the more than 15,000 users, the 500,000 in revenue, and more than 800 reviews with an average of 4.7 out of 5 stars, right? And not only in quantity, but also in quality. Also in this stage of the business, we have recently agreed with Securitas Direct, a deal to go and increase our speed in terms of multifamily buildings that will enable us to surpass plus 90,000 users and a total contract of enabling 1 million now in our recurring revenue. And then to close in terms of the second stage of our business, the new generation services, what we have done is that we've successfully piloted with Seur, with Correios, Naturgy, Iberdrola in terms of sharing economy, and last but not least with Ford Motors, which we already are the European partner for connected vehicles, and we come natively integrated in the Ford Motors vehicles. To close, this is not only enable us to an opportunity of more than 500 million in annual recurring revenue, but most importantly, supporting the European Green Deal by saving emissions, CO2 emissions of whole countries like Portugal due to the potential that we unlock from their garages. This is the reason why we're raising this round with a big part of it already committed. to accelerate our market dominance, consolidate this first mover advantage that we created, and reach our break-even and continue to scale to 50 million in our annual recurring revenue. And to close, as I like to say, the most valuable companies of the last century, like Apple, Google, and Amazon, were born into a garage, and from there, they conquer the world. And HOMYHUB is ready to be the next one. Thank you. I'm sorry, Tom. I know I took
No worries. I was trying to be diplomatic in my cutting you off. I'll leave you another 5 minutes and then come back again. Okay.
Thank you.
No worries.
Enzo, I have never heard about this type of business before, so that's amazing.
Thank you.
Just how come the name? Why HOMYHUB? Just let me start with this.
Well, indeed, to be honest, we did we took it internally, and then we did a survey with several users at the beginning on the early phase, and we wanted something that sounds close to the people, because we needed to create trust into the people's homes. So that's why it came like a homie, in the terms of a partner that you have inside your home that helps you with many things, right? So in this case, that's how it came. We had several options, and that came from the polls that we did to the users. We actually work really close to the users in everything we do.
And when did you launch the company? When did you launch it?
So we launched it in 2017. The first 2 years and a half was pre-commercial phase. All that you see is internal development, in-house development. So hardware, software, firmware, back-end business, even post-sales, everything is on in-house. So we validated the pre-commercial phase with beta testers, pilots, and so on. We raised our seed round in 2019. And then we launched into the market on 2020. Actually, we started launch to market 2 weeks before the lockdown in Spain.
Yeah.
And all the challenges that it translated, but we overcome those challenges, and that's why we're still here, and we're accelerating our speed to grow into the market.
And in terms of patents, do you have it already, some kind of patent?
No, in terms of protection to our business, in the hardware side, there is nothing to protect. In terms of patents, what I mean, all the protections has been done first. How we design the product, so everything is in the cloud. So we have all protected in terms of codes and so on. All this was supervised or advised by our early investors from the accelerator, which is the Startup Bootcamp IoT. They were specialized in IoT, so they advised us on how to protect our company on this process. And in terms also the commercial contracts that we have done for the new generation services that are under development, they're also exclusive to us in this scenario. So the Correos agreement, the Seguro agreement, and everything. So we have two sides. So we protect the product, and then we protect also the commercial agreements as a first mover in the new generation services.
Mm-hmm. But just tell me something. It's really, I really don't know. But nowadays I can open my garage with my phone, with my cell phone. I do that.
No.
How do you?
Yes. So in order to do that, you need the garages are disconnected from the world. So that's why part of our product, in order to retrofit all the garages that are there, the number that I mentioned, we develop the technology from end to end. So we develop our hardware, in this case, our starter kit, that enables to be installed by anyone in any garage in just a few minutes. And that turns your smartphone into smart garage remote. So that's also a barrier for competitors in this case. So in comparison to software that anyone can develop a code and then spread it, you need to digitalize the access to garages.
And
first.
it's a quick process and a simple one. It's easy to.
That's why we have the reviews we have in this case. I mean, it's not said by me, which it could be because we decided the product. It's said now by our users that we have. Actually, we reached last week 900 reviews, and we're still at 4.7 out of 5 stars. And that includes everything from installing, using, and even after sales, which is key also in this business.
Okay. Are you're operating in Spain, but as I get, you are coming to Portugal, right? With a partnership with TTT or no? No.
Yes, we are operating to Spain. Our plans is to open next year Portugal. Actually, we already are in negotiations with a distributor that is leading the distribution in Spain. Even yesterday, we had a conversation with Wharton for what is related to the product. And due to this price in CTT, we're also now starting the relationship with CTT to enable in the two countries. The CTT also has presence in Spain with CTT Express.
Yeah.
So we're moving on also to enable them to create these services in Garage through us.
Okay. Okay. In terms of expansion plans, so now Portugal and Spain, and then do you have any
Yes.
more?
Our aim and our objective is to become the European leader, because that there is where our solution is universal. So we even have some users in Latin America and United States, because you can take the product and you can plug it into any garage that you want around the world. That's not a problem. We designed it already to be universal. Consider that we want to become the European leader. The next countries might be or UK or Germany or France, where also the quantity of garages is massive, and also led through the partnerships that we have in the new generation services, because some of these partners are requesting like, okay, we activate the service first in Spain and then we would like to activate it into other countries. So that enables us to entry in those other countries easier, because we enable leverage by the marketing force, sales force of this partner creating these services. So we create a need of a product easier than just going by ourselves opening the country.
Okay. Okay.
I've got to cut you off there, but just a quick one then. So didn't you have a deal with Royal Mail in the UK, or am I imagining that?
Not yet. What we have, I mean, we do have is the process of the same thing we are starting with CTT, with Royal Mail. We already started it as enabling them to create new generation services for in-garage delivery, and that is undergoing. So that's why maybe UK could be another country, because if they create the services that enable us to enter into the market in that fast. But yeah, you're right in this case regarding the Royal Mail.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay, well, thanks. And so I'm going to bring on Rodrigo. Rodrigo hasn't seen my message where I was saying if you could start sharing screen, but if you could, that'd be great. And thanks a lot, Enzo. Bye-bye.
No, thank you. Nice to.
Thanks.
Oh, I cut him off. Anyway, very rude of me. Rodrigo, yeah, if you could start sharing screen, and then I'll add it into the stream here. And Enzo, brilliant. Thank you. He's in the backstage. That's right.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, all there. Again, it's not full screen yet.
Now?
Okay. I will disappear off and be back in 4 minutes. You've got a bit of echo, Rodrigo. I don't know if that's...
Okay.
I'll disappear off. I'll be back in 4.
Perfect. Thanks, Tom. Good morning, Rita. So this is Rodrigo. Hola. So this is Rodrigo from BANBU. We are a water-free cosmetics brand. And why we made cosmetics without water? This is because when we started our project, we found out that the industry of cosmetics is toxic, polluting, and cruel. They make more than 2 billion of single-use plastic packagings. They use toxic substances, more than 500 million of toxic ones ends on our oceans, and they still use animals for testing and for even for creating the cosmetics. So we thought that it must be another way to make cosmetics healthy for the body, healthy for the planet. So that's why we were investigating, and we found the way to make it. That's why we made cosmetics in solid format or in powder format, because we have water in home. So why to add water in bottles and not making 100% active cosmetics? So we make naked cosmetics, and also we thought that we should make organic, 100% organic products, and we are now certified by Cosmos, which is one of the highest level certifications for organic cosmetics around the world. And of course, all of our cosmetics are cruelty-free and vegan. But we don't focus just in the inside of the product, also in the outside. So we make beautiful products in the inside, but also in the outside. How we make it? So we use the highest technologies, vegetable technologies that already exist in the market for creating cosmetics, but even we create some new technologies because there were not that technologies already in the market. So that's why now we have more than 50 own formulas registered in the CPMP, which is the European portal of cosmetics, with some technologies like WaveMax, Noricomplex, Silvertech, and so on. The impact is highly important for us because we are an impact company. This is the basics of our company. That's why we track. We have some KPIs that we track every month, and this is how many plastic containers we save, how many kilograms of CO2 we save, and how many liters of water we save with our products. It's an own program because it's quite difficult to track it because any product has a different impact, and we have more than 550 products. So this is something special, something different, difficult for us. The cosmetics industry is huge. The market is huge, and the organic one is the one that is growing the most. Is growing more than 15% in Spain, and more than 80% around the world. So there is place for new players like us. What makes us different from our competitors? There are no many brands that can say that are 100% organic and 100% sustainable. So that's why we have this way in the market. And of course, what makes us different? We spend too much money in product development. That's why we have a highly quality product. We are the only Spanish brand that is CMVM free, and there are not also many in Europe and probably not in the world. And we communicate with the language of our current customers, so it's social media and so on. And we spend also too much time and we invest too much in design. We make nice products and nice looking products. Our business model is to be in any channel that will be fit for us. So 0.5% of our sales are made online in our website and in other websites. So we play with the highest or with the best players in this market, like Rooney, Amazon, Naturitas, Planeta Huerto. But we also are in the B2B. So we also distribute with retailers, with distributors, and we also have our own stores in Spain, one in Bilbao and one in Barcelona. So that makes us to get a turnover for more than 2 million since we started in 2020. For that, we need a strong team. So we are 2 founders, and we also have 5 people covering the most important roles in the company. And the product is validated in the market. We sold more than 150 units in last year. That was more than 500,000 turnover. And we grow since we started. We have many customers in both channels. Well, we made too much things since we started, but I don't have too much time to explain all of them. But the most important is what we will make in the future. So, and what we are focused is now in keep developing new products to cover the whole range of face product, body products, and anything that you need in your bathroom, to export our idea to other countries. We have presence right now in 10 countries, but we need to grow in that way, and we want to lead the organic cosmetics brand in Spain and in Europe, around the world. So thanks a lot.
Brilliant. Thank you, Rodrigo. Okay, we've got 5 minutes for questions. So again, I'll disappear off and I'll be back in 5.
Rodrigo, amazing presentation and really good results in this high demanding sector. What do you think? Why do you think you are being so successful? Because I believe you are being successful. In 2 sentences, why are you being so successful?
Because we covered what the market really needs, but didn't find. So the market was searching for some products like us, but there was not like that products in the market.
You feel there were no products like yours. Are you saying that?
Exactly. But people were searching for it. So at least in Spain, we found that people was really searching for some products like ours. Okay.
And how do you engage? How do you educate consumers about the importance of choosing this sustainable?
Yes, this is the hardest job that we have, because people, maybe in the Nordic areas, countries like Germany, like Sweden and so on, they already use that products. They already know that products. But in the south, in Spain, still people doesn't know what is the difference between natural, between organic, between solid, between liquid. So we need to focus. We need to spread our voice So that's why we use social media, at least, for example, Instagram, to teach people what is important, which is toxic, what means toxic, what means organic, what means organic certified, what is the difference between different ingredients, what do you need to what you need to avoid in the cosmetics. So it is a hard job, but people really appreciate that job. So they really now, if we launch a product, they already know that this product will fulfill these requirements. So they are very happy with that. But this is a hard job for us.
Okay, and you already have influencers or some key persons there that have been using your products and that are.
Yes, of course. We have like more or less between 20 and 50, depending on the product that we talk, depending on the month, depending on the campaign, because we make any month one campaign, and we use influencers, but influencers that are already in this market, so they know what they are talking about. Not random cosmetics influencers, just people that knows that this is something different.
And in terms of investments, what is your needs nowadays and for what? I didn't get.
Yes. So right now we are not in a round, but probably next year we will start a new one. It will be like a $500,000 round, and this is just for keeping our voice, to spread our voice. So we need to make much more noise in the social media, and we need to keep launching new products. Because any of that product that we launch, it takes around 2 years to be in the market, and it is a high cost to develop all the certificates, all the tests, and everything that needs to that needs for being in the market.
No, yes, of course. And the manufacturing is in Spain. You have
yes.
Okay. In terms of supply chain, how do you control your supply chain and make sure that it's all being well done in terms of impact, in terms of sustainable
Yes. The best of our certificate is that they not just focus on the product, they also focus on the way to produce and on the raw materials. So any of the raw materials must be also certificate, and we just use European ingredients. So we can control that the impact is less, and that any of that ingredients are 100% organic. So we can control.
And are you a B Corp company?
What, sorry?
Are you a B Corp company? Are you B Corp?
Not yet, but we started the conversations with them. But
you should do that.
Yes, I know. Well, we can talk about it because I think that is important in terms of marketing. But really, to be honest, there are some companies, B Corp companies, that they still consume too much plastics, that they still make something that is not really honest. So we are not very happy with B Corp. It was good in the past, but now it's like any brand is B Corp. So that is not a big difference. But we are thinking of that, of course.
Okay, great.
All right, I'll cut you off now. Just 2 comments from what you were talking about. We were talking about the product, the ingredients that go into cosmetics, and the importance it is to make people understand this. I very much remember one of the calls that we did when we were analyzing the project was Rodrigo had a long conversation with Alex, who's another of the GPs we have, and he was saying to him, no, but there's loads of aluminium in your deodorant. And Alex said, no, there's no. He's a scientist, so he looks at these things like, says, oh no, there's no aluminium in my. And then he went to the deodorant picture. Oh my God, there's loads of aluminium in this. So that's one important. I think another important point in terms of supply chain and sales is that if you look back historically, you've got a Body Shop, you've got Lush, 2 obviously British brands, but 2 brands that have grown enormously in this sort of niche, and both of them have used a franchise model to do so. And that's obviously one of the plans, but apart from the fact that it's one of the plans, and that's why currently there are 2 shops to really get everything clear, so that then the franchise model can be put into place, understanding how it all works. But also one of the main investors in the company it's the family office of somebody that set up 2,000 franchises within Spain. So he understands the model very well and can support in that.
Yeah, totally.
Just 2 important points from your conversation is what I'd bring up to give Rodrigo a helping hand. Listen, with that, Rodrigo, I'll let you go, and I'll bring on Carlos and to present Eco1. So here you go, Carlos. I'll bring on your screen and I'll leave you to it. I'll be back in 4 minutes.
Thank you, Tim. Hi, Rita. Nice to meet you. I'm Carlos Frisa, co-founder of Eco1, the platform that helps hotels to implement sustainability. So first of all, why Eco1? Because we were launched because tourism is one of the most polluting economic sectors worldwide, and hotels have to deal with this problem with legal, demand, competence, investor requirements. At the end, is the main sector in Europe. It has a lot of hotels, and tourism is the main sector in Europe. It has lots of requirements that if they don't achieve them, they will go out of the market. So how does Eco1 solve this problem? We have created the only B2B platform with all the solutions needed to implement sustainability in hotels. We connect hotels that want to be more sustainable with product and solutions suppliers that want to join and to solve those problems. How we do it? With product, with the only sustainable product marketplace for hotels, with more than 1,000 products, sustainable products with main certifications, and all the products manufactured in Europe. It's super scalable because it's different to other e-commerce, and we don't have stock, we don't have shippings, and we don't have financial risk because of the of how works the sector of hotels. It has lots of recurrence and large purchases because hotels are all the time buying amenities, coffee, water, all those products, and in huge volumes. And it's the most technological market in the hotel sector, and all the process between a hotel is registered until the product arrives to the hotel, it's completely automated. And in the other side, the solution. We have created the 4 solutions that we think hotels need to be more sustainable: efficiency, formation, circular economy, and interior design. All the solutions have one objective: to reduce the environmental impact. And they are specialized in hotels. They are defined Eco1 solutions, and we don't do ad hoc solutions for a hotel. It has lots of recurrence and large purchases as the other case, but in this case with a lifetime value of 40,000 euros for hotel in the reality of our clients. Eco1 does not go to the hotel. Eco1 has a solution, and other suppliers execute it in the different hotels, and it's completely automated, the communication between the customers and suppliers in the platform. So what is our business model? We get at between 10 and 30% of the trade margin of all the sales generated to hotels, and each supplier that is in the platform and in the community Eco1, they pay 185 euros for being there. So that's what we are. And for me, the most important thing, what we have achieved until now, that is that more than 350 hotels already have Eco1 products and solutions. Here you can see the opinion in video of Accor and Palladium sustainability directors, how we help them. The most important thing for us, a super significant environmental impact. We have reduced this year more than 2,500 tons of CO2 in hotels. We have trained more than 4,500 hotel employees to be more aware of sustainability issues. We have reused more than 550 pieces of furniture to be reintroduced in hotels, and more than 300 hotels are getting a more sustainable purchasing policies buying in our e-commerce. In Spain, just in Spain, we were launched in 2021, and this year we're getting almost 700,000 of revenues and GMV of 900,000 euros generated in sales of products and solutions to hotels. In France, we have launched this year in France in February, and we're getting a bigger revenue in France than in the first year of launching in Spain. We have the biggest brand and community in the hotel sector of sustainability in Spain and France. If you search in Google sustainability in hotels, it's Eco1, 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 Eco1. And this is our team. We have founded SDENCA, that is one of the biggest investors, interior designer in Spain of hotels, and me, that I came from the digital sector. So what we want to do now, we want to dominate the European market. Now with England, Italy, and Germany, that are the other markets that we are not now, with more hotels in Europe, that Europe has more than the 52% of hotels worldwide, and then continue with other countries like Portugal, that are also really important for tourism. This year, we're going to end the year with revenues of more than 700,000 euros. And in 2026, we want to achieve the goal of 16 million euros of revenues. What happened that we are now this, and we have to be this to achieve all those goals that are super ambitious. So that's why we are opening our second investment round of 1 million euros. To get a major global structure, expansion to Italy, UK, and Germany, and market consolidation in France, because Spain, as you have seen, doesn't need this help.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Thank you, Carlos. I'll disappear off again and be back in 5 then.
Thank you, Tom.
Carlos, amazing achievements until now. Really great. We can for sure develop our relation then and help you with Italy, and not only Portugal, but we also have operations in Italy, and in France we can help you too. But I understood in terms of the products, you are a marketplace for who owns a hotel. They can go to your platform, right? And in terms, you have products, so partnerships with some products exclusively for hotels, right?
Yeah, exclusively for hotels. We don't work for other industry.
Okay, but in terms of solutions, of sustainable solutions, for example, energy consumption or electricity, or I didn't get how you work in this.
Yeah, we work in 4 blocks of work. No, for example, in energy, we have developed little solutions like automation of all the lights of the rooms. No, so we create a concrete solution, we develop it, and then we have local providers that they are more traditional companies that they implement this solution in the hotels. We sell it to hotels, and then our providers go in the name of Eco1 to put it in place.
Because you have yes, I understood. Just because you have several companies that are nowadays developing some smart building technologies. So I was just wondering if you promote them also in your marketplace, or if you have it as your preferred suppliers.
What we have found is that the hotel sector is super specific, and there are lots of global solutions that are not fitting to hotels. So what we have done is, okay, is this in the market, this in the market, this in the market for global? We're going to join all these companies to make one solution specialized for reduced impact in hotels. So
I'll introduce you to some companies that only work for hotels in this areas. I'll introduce.
Super nice, because we are all the time collaborating to with a solution of Eco1. Normally, other companies adapt it and implement it. Yeah.
Yes, of course. And in terms of your personal plans, so you launched the company in 2020, right? 2020.
Yeah, 2020. Yeah.
Yeah. And how do you see the company growing? And you personally, how do you see the exit if an investor comes in?
Of course, I think that our main goal and why we created Eco1 is the sustainability. But at the end, what I see is that we are now and we are going to be in the future the main place or our goal is to convert in the main place where European hotels buy all the things, all the products, not because we are not just the ones that want to be sustainable, the ones that want to buy amenities. One really big value of us is that all the products are super sustainable and also economic, more economic than if a hotel goes directly to a provider, because we go with lots of hotels. No, we are like a chain for our providers. No, so we are converting like the place where where hotels can buy this. And in the exit, I don't have it super clear, but what I have super clear is that we are super interesting company for other hotel chain, for example, Meliá, Accor, wherever that we work with them, with some of them. They maybe they want to control what is the market buying, in the sector of hotels buying now.
No, yes, of course. And in terms of guest experiences, have you been getting some feedback on this?
Yes, that's the for me, and that's why I put all the thing of community and stuff. For me, that is the main goal. Later, if you are interested in stuff, I can send you all the KPIs and all the numbers. And one of these is the recurrence. The recurrence for me is the most important KPI, because it says that hotels are super happy with us, because our KPIs in this part are super nice, because they are buying and buying and buying from big chains, the biggest chains in Spain and France, to little hotels.
How many hotels you already have in France?
In France now we are with 25.
Okay.
And in because we have started in this year in February, March. But in Spain we have 325, more or less.
Okay, great.
All right,
Carlos,
Carlos.
we should talk then. Yeah, of course.
Oh, you should do. You'll. I think you'll be very impressed when you start diving into the figures and what they've achieved. Even their positioning in France. It's not an easy market for non-French particularly to enter, and obviously there's a lot of competition, and what they've done makes it look like internationalization into other markets should be relatively easy. There's a playbook now in place, so I think you'll find it very interesting. Anyway, Carlos, thank you very much for that, and I'll bring on the last of the startups for today, which is Gerard. This one isn't an investee of ours, but I'm pretty sure that you'll be very interested in what they're doing. So here you go, Gerard and his presentation, and I'll disappear. Hello. And I'll be back in 4 minutes. All yours, Gerard. Good luck.
Awesome. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. You can hear me properly, right, Rita? Everything okay?
Yes.
Cool.
Hi.
So then, Bleta is... Okay, so just part of the performance. I just wanted
we lost you for a second, Gerard.
It was not losing you. It was not losing. It's just a part of the performance of the pitch. I just wanted you to feel just for a second this frustration. I say your face is like, is it a problem of the internet? Is it Gerard's problem? Is it our problem? So imagine feeling this frustration every day for everything that you do, right? And plus, technology is going so fast that even like the Beatles today just released a song made up of AI, and it's becoming like even faster and faster, so that everyone is going to be left behind, right? So the ones that are more involved in this, we're talking about old people. So we all have someone that we have to explain how to use WhatsApp, and not everybody is adapting to this fast growing of technology as fast as we do, right? So the aim of Bleta is like to leave no one behind, especially this population, part of the population that are even growing and are having like all these problems, like even like to book an appointment to the doctor or to see how much money do I have in the bank, right? Plus all the devices that we have are not really adapted to fulfill their achievements, right? Like other, like the elements are too small, or like they don't have like enough people to teach them how to use it. Like everything is going so fast, and we are here to leave no one behind, right? How are we going to do this, or how are we doing this? With a platform that it's really adapted for them, like for people that are not used to use these technologies. We're talking about like really adapted UX. We're talking about like a great service behind them to teach them how to use it, to support them, and even to personalize some content for them. As I said, like the population is growing and like the market is huge, and it's going to be huger. But we can talk about these details later. And of course, there are devices now. We're talking about tablets that are like able to use to do so many things, but they do not really fit with this kind of user. And of course, there are like some adapted devices, like specifically for some people, but like they're constrained, right? So we wanted to be this platform for you to be able to use and to do everything you want, entertain yourself, get access to some information, whatever, but also like make it friendly for you to use it. Talking about like seniors, we do it with this platform with a really curated UX for even like we're building the AI machine to detect like which application are you using and for what is using and the reason. Like we are putting in this platform some even like specific apps for this kind of people to be able to do whatever they want in an adapted way. And also apart from the platform, the product, a tablet, we're also providing with them with a service to, you know, forget about the internet issues, forget about the phone calls, like to book all these things and like even ask whatever they have to us to solve their problems. Our business model is like selling this product nowadays and providing them with an optional service, special support. And we're planning to release like a platform so you can install it in whatever device you want on next year. But right now it's not like the business is not going bad. Like we've been growing so much since we started in 2021, working with local governments. We won quite recognition, and Isabel, who could not make it for today, has been on the Forbes magazine many times. Now we have another Forbes magazine, like one of the top 10 tops person recognized in Spain, whatever. And then we are also having one of the best teams to do this, mainly engineers, and recent incorporation with Carlos Deck in ex-commercial director in Hola Luz to keep us growing on the B2B market as well. And we're asking for this, we're looking for this round of 300Ks to keep growing the sales on the B2B market and to be able to release this platform in Google Play next year. So hope you jump in to keep us, to help us reach all this vision that we have, to just not letting anyone behind, regardless of your age. Thank you so much.
Brilliant. Thank you, Gerard. Well timed. I'll disappear off again and be back in 5.
Happy to answer your questions, Rita.
No, Gerard, this is we actually we have invested quite a lot in this particular vertical of senior citizens. Nice. And so we have been getting to know some solutions, some products in this area, and so we should talk
cool
in this until the end of the year. But I'm just wondering, what intellectual property protections do you have in this for the solution of yours?
Sorry, say again. Protections?
Yes, the protections, the property protections in terms of the solution.
So that anyone can copy our solution, you meaning? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. So the thing is that we are the fact that no one has already created like an adapted solution for the senior market, like talks a lot about the vertical that we're working on, the senior market. Like for example, iPad could be Apple could be doing like specifically for seniors solution. So for now, like our focus is like to either grow rapidly in the market to be the first to be trusted. So not only in the device itself and the platform itself, but the things that are behind, like experts on why seniors need, for example, this pen, right? Like this touch pen. We sell it in every tablet that we do, because you know elderly people usually have the problems on touching the screen because they have for the fingerprints are not recognized, like, or for example they need something to be supported, or for example they need specifically apps for them. Like all this knowledge that we have on senior market is something that you keep learning while you're talking to them every day. So like that's like an advantage against like people that are not focused on the market but are going everywhere. plus the B2B market, like going to nursing homes and going to work with the government, is not an easy job. Like even if you put it in the market.
I was going to ask you that, yes, in terms of partnerships. And,
So that would be like our protection would be like, if a startup just do what we do, what we just did now, we are ahead of them, and I'm pretty sure that they're gonna fight the same problems that we've been fighting all these couple of years. And if a bigger company, of course, with more resources go there, we were planning to have like the market at least like well set up, plus be the experts on this market. I don't know if I answered your question.
No, yes, totally. And in terms of, are you more a B2C or B2B business?
That's a good question, and we always get this question. I would say B2C, because the main goal that we have is to release the platform and be like super scalable. The fact is that we started this way during the pandemic. Like we saw that people needed this kind of device, and we started building the platform, and they were like, no, like I don't like the tablet that I have now. Give me the best tablet for me, like big screen enough, like with all the accessories, like with the, I don't know about the, RAM or storage, whatever, like give me the device. And we were like, okay, we don't want to get into hardware, but like, let's do it. So we started selling, like if you look now in Google, like tablets for old people, whatever, we're the first and the only ones appearing there in Spain. And people buy, they find us, CEM, and they find us and they buy it through our website or through Amazon, for example. We're right there. But this year, like we found so our goal is like not only selling tablets because it's not scalable enough but to be able to either sell the tablet or you install the software in your device and you use it anyway. But we discovered this year with the incorporation of Carles Lech, the ex Hola Luz, the commercial director, the B2B market, and it's going pretty well because like so many nursing homes are buying us, and I don't know if you know Domus B, which is like the first, so they already working with us, and they bought like last week we delivered like 150 tablets for 8 nursing homes in Madrid. So we're like, okay, we want to be the B2C market, but like B2B market is also calling us. So right now, like all the revenue that we made, it's 50-50. Even though we focus on B2C first, and now we discovered the B2B, and then next year we're gonna release the platform. So,
and in terms of insurance companies, have you approached any?
Yeah, actually, that's a good point, because we tried to, at first we tried like different channels, right? Like B2B2C, we're working as well with distributors and channel. The health world is another super huge world. Also, the people, they have problems, like visual problems or like mental health issues, whatever. It's another world, and they're buying the tablets even though it's not the marketing is not ready for them. And the insurance are reaching us, and we starting having the conversation with some big ones because they're working with seniors as well, right? So it's actually a huge market regarding to B2B.
Okay, thank you so much.
Brilliant.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, guys. Well, what I'll do just before we say goodbye, I'll bring those. Okay, well, I'll bring everybody back on screen that's still connected. Thank you very much, everybody, for your assistance today. Brilliant pitches, Rita. Thank you very much for extending your time and giving time to the startups. And if you, I think you've got the details from the Google Calendar invite.
Yes,
go on.
That's it. As I was saying, next steps is to contact and to have more conversations, of course, with more time with each one of the startups, because they really match our impact funds, and so we have to continue these talks. Thank you so much, Tom, because it was amazing. Yeah.
No, not at all. And any second opinions that you want, including Bleta, even though we're not in there, we have done the analysis. Then feel free to reach out, and we'll give you an honest opinion of what we see in the company and why we like it. So, guys, have a great weekend, and see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.